Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are looking at Super God Imitation Drawing. It has a power of 4 and a duration of 4. So what that means is that it will have a really good amount of damage and a very fast cooldown on the actual ultimate itself. And essentially when you do use it, 2 ink figures spawn in, one to your left and one to your right, and then they essentially push forward and deal damage. The collision is basically just a wall, so you can just imagine when the 2 figures spawn, in the middle is basically a wall, and that wall just pushes towards the target. Anyway, it deals damage, it lowers their defense by a fuck ton and their attack power, and disables the ability to go ahead and lock on. Not only is their ability to lock on kind of disabled, they actually have a massive ink splat on the middle of their screen that lasts for like 15 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. It lasts quite a while. It's quite annoying. Last time I remember getting hit by it, but it has been a while since I've been hit by it or anything like that, so kind of difficult to say. But as you saw, after I had used it, the defense debuff lasts a little while, and not only that, but whoever I've hit with it actually is ready again. So depending on the amount of people that I've hit, it immediately charges up the ultimate. It is essentially like 8 inner gates of limits. However, this is the range version of that, and its cooldown is even shorter because the moment you use it, it basically depends on the amount of people that you've hit. If you've hit 2 people, it will basically go to half of its cooldown. If you go ahead and hit 1 person, it does a quarter of its cooldown, and so on and so forth. Pretty strong. So you can imagine if you get 3 people, that's 3 quarters. 4 people, that's going to be 4 quarters, and that's basically going to be your entire ultimate ready to shoot again. So yeah, pretty fast on the cooldown. Technically I do have boosted secret technique charge speed, so maybe that's contributing to it, but to be very honest with you, I don't know about how much that's really charging it up, and I don't even know if that's really an excuse. So I think this is just a natural cooldown for it because it is very fast. And yeah, it is truly a fast ultimate to get. Not only is it extremely fast, but it is extremely useful in a combat battle, in any situation really, because it just comes back whenever you need it, and just deals damage naturally, and then also lowers their defense, which I know I kind of just repeated myself 2-3 times there, but still, it's the fact that it lowers defense for how fast it is and how much it does it by, and that is the main value of it. It is very underrated and underused, mainly because it's kind of cheesy, but I don't know what the fandom considers as cheesy, since this entire thing is like a cash grab and power fantasy fuckfest. So I genuinely don't know what people would consider cheesy at this rate. I mean, I know claws are cheesy, but like, people still use them, so to what extent is it really cheesy if it's just the norm? So yeah, I guess maybe I have to set the standard of what is cheesy and what is not cheesy, because apparently everyone in this game does not know what the fuck is cheese. So yeah, anyway, the ultimate itself, it locks on to the target that you're looking at, and essentially if the target's moving around, it will try to go ahead and follow them and track them until the very last second, and then it will go ahead and essentially shoot itself off, and the moment it does so, the tracking stops. So yeah, it can be activated on the ground, in the air, and I think it can go through buildings, but I wouldn't recommend it since it's kind of a short range, and it'll probably just like go through the building but not come out the other side. So probably wouldn't do that. But it is a very clean, very easy, very underrated ultimate that I would highly suggest that people start using. However, the ink obstruction does last very long. I feel like that needs to be nerfed a little bit. But the lock on, technically, it feels like people can still lock on even if they do get hit, so be wary of that. Don't know how true or not true that is, because I do feel like that happens. And if someone uses emergency exit or heals their status effects, then all the effects are pretty much gone from your ultimate. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, like, subscribe, push notification bell, and peace out.